Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RACHAKWADASH, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and the sincere shalom to the icon that's out there pushing the sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. A really quick video, extremely quick video. It's actually a post put up by GMS 144, okay? GMS Awakening 144, Salakia, GMS Awakening 144. And he put this scripture up because this is exactly what we mainly at Great Millstone push out there, is to not answer fools according to their folly. We're going to get that scripture in a minute. That's in Proverbs, also in Proverbs. Okay. Um, when it comes to these silly debates, like vocab rolling up to our camps, and certain people rolling up to our camps that have been, watching us for some time now, for some years now, and know what our answers are going to be. And when we tell you that we don't have any more answers for you because you already know what that answer is going to be, it kind of makes them uh, continue even more and more and more to try to get us out of our character. And through the spirit of Yahawah BAHASHAM, Yahawah BAHASHAM, Rachakwadash, that's not going to happen. Okay. Now, not too long ago, it was two Northern Tribe brothers and one of Vocab's disciples, came up to him, and the brothers turned their backs to him. It was like, look, man, what are you up here for, man? You setting up cameras. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, you're not trying to hear us out. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's really sincere, you're not going to see them post up set up a big camera, on a stand, for some clout, right? It's not going to happen. If somebody's sincere, they're going to come up to you and they're going to ask. You know what I'm saying? Whether they hear, whether they will forbear, that's up to the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. But you people up there in YouTube land, you Christians in YouTube land trying to roll up the GMS camps, you're not getting any revenue from us, man. Okay? You're not getting any of our oil. Okay? It's just not happening. We're going to ignore you before any of that happens. We're going to ignore you. Okay? Because we don't have the time for it. Especially these days, we do not have the time for it. Okay. Now, this is Proverbs chapter 9, verse 6. It says, forsake the foolish and live, and go not in the way, and go in the way of understanding. Salakia. Let me read that again. Forsake the foolish and live, and go in the way of understanding. And going in the way of understanding, part of going in the way of understanding is not arguing with fools, man. It's not going back and forth with demons. You know what I'm saying? We don't feed into the BS, man. We don't do it. You get on our comment boards, you scoff, you have a question or whatever, or you scoff and you say something contrary to doctrine. We're not gonna go back and forth with you on a comment board. You may get like one or two comments from us, and then you keep going on, and those guys that like leaving those paragraph long essays on a comment board. Do not, and I repeat, do not mess with those type guys, man. Those are some of the most emotional people ever. That is very, very emotional. Okay? And you're not going to get anywhere going back and forth with anybody like that. You see a paragraph long, a couple, 2, 3 paragraphs of scoffing. Don't mess with them, man. That's just a warning from us personally. Do not mess with anybody like that. Okay, just giving everybody a heads up, man. With these scoffers, you don't go back and forth with them on a comment board in general, but definitely not them. What will happen is what we do is we'll more than likely do a video on it, like Elder Menatazatba did not too long ago. Yeah, yesterday, I believe it was yesterday. At least that's when I seen it, but it was definitely recent. Either a day or two ago, or maybe it was yesterday. I can't remember, but that's when I seen it. It was a comment that was left to him, right? Talked about a lack of the so-called lack of Ephraimite brothers in GMS or whatever, or these camps or whatever. Number one, you out of order for even saying that. The Lord wakes up who He want to wake up. You think we in control of that? If the Lord wants an Ephraimite to wake up, he gonna wake up. If not, then that's just what it is. We're not in control of that. The lack of Ephraimite brothers. The only thing I disagree with is the lack of Ephraimite brothers in your camp. Look, man, if you're not out there, you gotta excuse the language on this. You know what I'm saying? You gotta excuse the language on this. So we're gonna get back on topic. I just wanted to make this clear. Excuse the language on this. But if you're not out there and you don't have any works and you're just a bystander and you're just watching and you're still in the learning process, shut the fuck up. That's all I got to say on to you, man. Okay? I'm talking about, yeah, the only thing I disagree with is the lack of Ephraimite brothers in your camp. Well, where you at, man? Okay, where are you at? Right? That's out of order in general, man. You talked about you trying to look for us. You gotta wipe that clean, man. You out of order for saying something like that because you talked about who are you to be taught about the lack of any tribe in these camps? You really don't even have the right to be taught about any other camp. You're still in the learning process, man. Be quiet. But anyway, back on topic, man. These debates and these comments and stuff like this, like I said, you'll see us do a video on it, and if you still can't get it, then we'll leave it alone, man. We might even do a second video on it just in hopes that you wake up and come out of your madness. Because our job is to warn and edify, and that's what we will do. We will warn and edify. But if we see it's not getting anywhere, like Paul did, and like pretty much everybody did, and anybody in their right mind would do, with have at least a percentage of a brain cell would do, leave them alone. It's not getting you anywhere. Leave them alone. That's up to the Lord. Maybe you're in your scoffing phase. Maybe the Lord may wipe it out. I don't know. We don't know. Okay? But anyway, let's go ahead and get the other scripture that I wanted. Is Proverbs chapter 26, verse 4. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him. Okay, so what is this saying? What is this saying? Let's read a simpler translation here. Which is, it literally just said it anyway. It's do not answer a fool according to his folly, or you yourself will be just like him. Now, yeah, these crazy debates, you know what I'm saying? Because if we start entertaining these debates and people roll up to us, and we got people get on our comment boards with these podcasts and say, well, yeah, it's very interesting. We would like to interview you. I would like to interview you and have a podcast with you and speak with you more about your doctrine. If any GMS member gets on there, you're kicked out automatically. Okay, because we're not for the clout. If any GMS member gets on one of those podcasts like that, right? We see that you're not serious. You're out there for clout. You're trying to make a name for yourself. Okay? You're trying to make a name for yourself. If any GMS member rolls up on one of these other camps, guess what? You would be kicked out. You know what I'm saying? You would be kicked out because we are not for the clout. You are trying to make a name for yourself. That's a person that's trying to make a name for themselves, and that's somebody we absolutely do not want. That's dangerous and it's pathetic too. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous, it's unprofessional, it is pathetic. We are not out here looking for clout. We are out here to warn and edify. We do these lessons in these videos to warn and edify. We go out there on the highways, on the hedges to warn and edify. If you can't get it, then you just can't get it, man. Right? But this also goes a little deeper into this too. Being like a fool. This ain't just talk about debates. I'm just saying that just comes first because this is, what we do. But, let's say you got a woman and she wants to argue back and forth with you. Don't argue with her because you want to end up just like her. And then y'all both sound like demons. You know what I'm saying? Then it just sounds like a bunch of yelling. You know what I'm saying? Don't argue with her. You know what I'm saying? Don't argue. It may sound crazy, but don't argue with her. Right? Because it's not going to get you nowhere. She's going to want to have the last word. You're going to want to have the last word. Right? Remember who the lead is. Remember who the leader is. You are. What the hell is the leader doing going back and forth with a servant? Get rid of her. Either that, y'all both calm down, y'all talk about it later. But if y'all start having a yelling contest, y'all sound like two damn demons. You sound just like her. You sound literally just like her. So this is also what this is talking about. You at the workplace and somebody want to start arguments with you and stuff like that. He or she gets belligerent, then you get belligerent and loud and stuff like that. That's what happens. That's what happens with novices. You know what I'm saying? Like if you've been in this thing for a while, you already know. But this goes towards me, being a novice in this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like far as like camp, before we be camping, it'll be like a big yelling contest and be throwing insults at each other and stuff like that. No, nah. It has to remain edifying. It has to remain spiritual. But that's what everything. That's just not with this camp stuff, man. That's what everything. You have to remain spiritual, man. Because then, if you start getting all worked up and loud and screaming and yelling and stuff like that, you're not thinking straight. You're not thinking straight. So this is where prayer comes in. And this is why the scripture here said, "Forsake the foolish and live, and go in the way of understanding." Going in the way of understanding. Like I said earlier, you know, is not arguing with the foolish man, right? With foolish questions and foolish subjects and stuff like that, it starts getting ridiculous, man. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got on this. Giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, Shalom.